Hello, church family. It was so much fun last Saturday to have our first live worship service in the backyard of the Nehemiah house and to be with some of you all. It really touched me. I got choked up at one point. Just being together was so special. You realize after so long of being isolated. And, it really made me reflect on the author to Hebrews words when he says, don't give up meeting together. As some are in the habit of doing. And that letter is just one long encouragement to be strong in your faith and not to give up. And one of the keys, the author says, is not to give up meeting together. And I realized walking away, I was so encouraged just from having been with my brothers and sisters. There's something to that. During this period, we've been isolated because we've had to be isolated. But I think there's a spiritual isolation that's unhealthy. It's the kind where we're hurting on the inside, and so we run away or we want to stay away from people, and then we hurt more and we stay away more, and we get in this really vortex inside of ourselves. And brothers and sisters, it's so important not to get stuck in that. It's so important not to get stuck in our isolation. And I think meeting together is one of the ways that we break out of that. I want to share three things that I think, as I reflected, three things that meeting together does to break us out of isolation, to build us up. And one of those is it's encouragement and accountability. Just being together. When I see other people that are encouraged in their faith, that are worshiping the Lord, it encourages me, and it gives me the accountability of saying, I want my faith to look like that. It calls me out. And a second thing, it not only encourages me, but it gives me outward focus. When I come together with people and I'm in an attitude of serving and loving and wanting to know what's going on in the lives of others, it takes me out of myself. And you see, when we're isolated, we sometimes just get very focused on our own self, our own problems, our own things going on inside. Third thing, the power of confession and healing. When we're isolated, we start to think no one understands me, and if they did, they would judge me, and we don't share what we're struggling with, and the enemy gets a chance to tear us down. I've had a few people come over the last month and share with me some things that they've kept secret through this period of isolation that they've struggled with, and when they did, it was broken, there was healing, and it's powerful when we share with one another. That's why James says, confess your sins, and you'll be healed. Confess your sins to each other. So I know, church family, that there's some of you that can't come together, and I want you to do what's safe for you in your circumstances. But I want to encourage you, those of you who can't come together on Saturday, check your heart. Are there ways that you're spiritually isolating? Because I think God's given us ways to continue to connect with each other. Let's make sure that we're not running away, that we're pressing into the community that we can. And I want to encourage the rest of you, those of you who can come together, we're going to come together this Saturday at 5 o'clock, and I can't wait. It's going to be a blast right here in the backyard of the Nehemiah house. You can register on the website or on the link sent through email. Can't wait to be together, church family. Love you all.